Afternoon, people. Seaside is TV, back at it again. And today we've got a great guest because I'm a little bit confused with a few bits. And we've got the perfect man to clear a few bits up for me and potentially you watching at home. So at the other side of this, we'll get the main man in. Gavin.
Hi, Dan. Yeah, most of that intro was sort of a bit like lagging. So whether that's my internet, I don't know, but I can hear you perfectly with that little bit then.
No worries. As this is the important bit. The intro will be fine. This is the important bit. So as long as you can hear me and I can hear you, we can see you fine. That's perfect.
Okie doke. We'll try our best.
Right. So what I want to get into is this. I want essentially, you'll know as much as I do, the people have a bit of a loving relationship towards this badge. All right.
Yeah, I got part. It's still breaking up, but go on then.
Yeah. So essentially, what I want to know is why this badge has not been included in the voting process.
Which badge is that, Dan? Because you broke, as I say, you broke up part way through. Which badge are we on about?
The same badge that you've got on your jacket.
All right, this one. I've not got a clue, to be honest. The person who's dealing with it all is Ben. Now I know that badges have to be to vector standard, which allows it then to be replicated. But I can't honestly give you an answer on why this one hasn't been included in it. My understanding is that all those that were submitted to standard were going to be voted on, but I think there was an option as well to keep the original one, which is this one. So that might be the reason why it's not actually included. It is included, but as an option to keep the original. Does that make sense?
It can't. It does, and that's what This is what I thought. All right.
Yeah.
This is my understanding of it because I'm just going to the Bridlington website now, and I'll share it with people so they can see. As they're watching as well, I'll share it. I'm going to the Bridlington website now.
Yeah.
And everybody who's watching can see what I'm looking at. And it says, and I'll quote, the article that was done, I don't know if it's dated, but anyway, it says, the original Bridlington Town badge will automatically be submitted into the vote. And on the picture, it's there, right front and centre. But I'll now take that off the screen because this is where the confusion is. I'll add this onto the screen now, which is a Facebook post today on the official town website saying, just to confirm for various reasons, the badge must be a circle. Now, I wasn't aware of that.
Right. As I say, Ben's, you're probably speaking to the wrong person. Ben's the one who's dealt with this, and Alex, who's done various bits of design and things like that. I'll get some clarification to be put on the website for you. As I say, my original thought was there was whoever'd submitted whatever, as long as it was in vector form, as long as it had an explanation of what it was, and then they were all going up against the original.
Yeah.
That was what I thought originally.
Yeah.
To be honest, I've not kept that up to date with it because we've been doing other things with players and whatever, and I've let better people than me who know about design get on with it. So yeah, I can't honestly answer your question because I don't know, but I know people who can.
Well, a bit of design, not too much design experience, but I've got a little bit myself, and there would be absolutely no issue putting the badge that we're both wearing today into a vector format. That would be no issue whatsoever. another couple of bits in this. It says the white one with Bridlington Town underneath it is the existing badge. I'm not sure what they mean by that, because to me, the one that we're both wearing is the existing badge. And it says the red one is also the existing badge. Do we have two badges, Gavin?
Well, to be honest, if you look on Google and you put sort of Bridlington Town and badge and images in, the round one comes up on that. And I know it was used years ago for various bits and pieces. Ad hocly, you know, on various sort of Facebooky sites and whatever. I mean, this is the one I've got, and there's always been the one that I've associated with Bridtown, because it came from the town crest, you know, Bridlington Town crest, as county council crest, and then it was sort of abridged. But yeah, that round one was used years ago in various bits and pieces. And if you look, say, on a Google search, there are all sorts of sort of additions and abbreviations come up, really. But I've always associated our badge with the one that I've got on. But I have seen the other one on various bits and pieces. I've never actually seen it that I can remember on any clothing that we've done.
No.
Going back years and years to our Unibond days and, you know, North East Counties days before I went up to Unibond, it's always been the badge that I've sort of got on that's been on whatever. But on media, I have seen that round one years ago. So I don't know where that came from. I haven't got a clue.
Even on some recent programs, I think we've had the circle one. So it's definitely been it's definitely been around. But the post goes on to say, interestingly, the existing badge is not the original badge. I think that's. I would agree with that. I don't think this badge has been going for 100 years, the one that we've got. But I think once the team went from, once the Greyhound team went to the new Bridtown AFC, I think even since 1993 on the famous East Riding Sacks FA Vars winning shirt, it was this badge. I'm sure it was. In fact, I know it was.
And then we went bust, obviously, and then obviously Greyhound restarted us again, really, you know, in Drift League, and then we got up through that. We had that hiatus after the period at Doncaster. So I mean, it is a tenuous thing saying that we're 120 odd year old, because how we really, you know, if we're being honest, you know, on again. But it's nice to say you're 120 year old, even if really you're not.
But what would you say? Because you obviously you've been around all that time. I haven't. Is the
20 years I've been around, mate? Yeah, there you go.
But the team in its current format, and even before that, like I say with the FA Vars winning team at Wembley, used this badge, I believe.
I can remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we had the one that's there. Yeah.
So perfect. So that clears that up for me in my mind, because I was getting awfully confused with that.
That round one, I can't remember ever being on any clothing of any description. It's always been that one. Somebody might correct me, but I don't think so. Always been like sort of media.
Yeah, you can see where the confusion comes from with, obviously, the Bridlington Town Post saying that the new badge must be a circle, and then with this badge being omitted from this post that I'll put up now, it's not on there. So you can see why some people might be in the view that this is no longer available to even vote for. But I'm sure right at the beginning of the whole process, we was basically told that these new badges will be going up against what we currently have.
I'll try and get you some clarity on that. I mean, the whole reason that comes back to, if you like, getting a new badge or tidying up the old one was all about identity and making it a strong image that could be utilised on any sort of sponsorship, marketing, that sort of thing that was easily identifiable. Because the badge that we've got on now, when you have it on certain things, it sort of distorts into the background. So I can certainly see the logic behind a circle and whatever was within that circle for getting us a strong marketing image. All the bigger clubs do it. Chelsea, if you think about it, big circle. Tony Mooney will tell us about that. And I can see the logic. But it's something that others have been dealing with. But we can certainly get you some clarity on it.
I mean, I totally get that. And full disclosure, if I had a chance to vote for myself, which I will be doing down at the town bar, I will be voting for a modernised badge. But I just want to, with this being a fan channel, I just want to give some representation to the people that want no change. And if that's an option. And I will say on the circular badge being the more modern kind of style, we are seeing trends for that. But we've also seen the reverse of that with Leeds United going from going from a circle to a shield. So again,
it's all about opinions, isn't it? That's the thing. And you look at things maybe from the heart and the head with some people as well. And obviously the heart might say, well, I don't want to change anything, where the head's saying, as we move forward as a club, a strong image, something that's more marketable, more recognisable, might be to change it to a circle, a stronger image, whatever that might be. There's been these lobster ones chucked in, there's all sorts of things you could look at for moving the club forward. And that's something that, Dan and the people around him that are into the artwork thing have looked at and are experts in that field for publicity and marketing purposes.
And it's definitely important, and also it's important to note and say that with new owners come new ideas, and they pumped an awful lot of financial clout into the club, so they do deserve a big say in the future of the club, in the sense that they've got a vision, and that might include marketing stuff and stuff like that.
That's where the funding, a lot of the funding comes through is your image of a club, and Duracell and people like that getting on board. But Dan is very much fan focused as well, and he doesn't want to trample on people's feelings. He wants the fans to work with him, and work with myself and everybody else to move the club forward. It's not in any way a them and us. It's everybody, in it together. What's best for the club? How we move it forward, and bring that identity forward, but maybe move it on into the present day and how that present day image can be utilised from a funding stream and a sponsorship stream.
No, absolutely, and I think he's done a fantastic job integrating into the club since he's come in with HDM and Duracell, and he's a fantastic guy to talk to. I encourage anybody to go and have a chat with Dan when you get a chance, and you, Gavin, because
he's always open for a pint and a chat, Dan, and he's very generous with his time, but he understands he doesn't want any barriers between himself and the fans. That's why he's so open when it comes to games home and away. Go and have a chat with him, get to know him, see about his ideas as a club, and he wants everybody to work together.
Right, guys, this isn't going to be a long one. We've tried to get a bit of clarity from Gavin. He's going to go away and try and get us an even more clarity on this, and I'm sure you'll find something on the website soon. Fantastic chat from Gavin. We appreciate his time. Let's move to say again, Gavin.
You're welcome. Keep the faith. We'll see what happens at Garforth. The big thing is we need as big a support as we can at home to Dunstan. That was the one disappointing fact in the last home game that we had, when there was only sort of 265 there. We had hope for more than that against Concert. I know there was dark bar, but you know, we need to be getting into them 300s on a regular basis to build on, to then build it up to 4 and 5 as we, you know, as we start winning games. And that was on the back of the win at Bishop Auckland as well. You know, it wasn't on the back of a defeat. So we were all a little bit disappointed at that one. But yeah, get behind us for the next home game. You've not had one for a while. So yeah, let's see everything there.
Also, we'll get a bit of clarity on this from Gavin as well. I'll ask him now. I think there was we did the free food for kids for one of the games, and I think Dan mentioned that only a portion of that was actually used, and we can because me and Dan put 250 in each, and I think there's still quite a lot of that left. So we're going to do it again. Hopefully, that can boost the numbers. So get your kids some free grub and this, that, and the other. So we'll find out on that as well.
Yeah, but we'll find out that whether we do it for the Dunstan game or whether we hold it over, because we've got a few home games coming up. There's Ponty at home. You know, we might hold it over till that one. Yeah, if there's monies left in the pot, you know, it's not there to be left in the pot. It's there to utilise for the, you know, for the families and the kids, and bring them down and for them to have a good time.
Gavin, again, thank you for your time. We're going to end this one here. Keep your eyes on the official Bridtown website for clarification. And yeah, we wish you all the very best of, I don't know what I'm saying there. Have a good rest of your week, people. That's what I'm saying. Right. Thank you, Gavin.
Brilliant. Very welcome.
Thank you.